Hey guys, it's Brian again with another ceiling fan video. This is a 52-inch Homestead Universal ceiling fan from 1987, polished brass with oak blades. I picked this up from the Habitat for Humanity ReStore in Eastlake, Ohio. And normally I don't go out of my way to pick up Homestead Universals because I've had a lot of them over the years. But for the fact that this fan had the original light kit, it was 100% complete, and it also had the original owner's manual that came with it. That was the reason that I picked this up. And as you can see, the original owner has written on the front that it was installed in 1988 January and purchased in December of 1987, making this a 1987 model Homestead Universal. I will be sure to scan and upload pictures of the owner's manual at the end of the video. It's a really, really gorgeous fan. I remember these from when I was a kid being installed in a lot of homes that were in the suburban developments in the city that I grew up in. These were pretty common back then, but they always intrigued me because of the 6 blades. I'll show you, there's the Homestead tag on the side of the switch housing. One of the cool things about these fans is you can install them in 4 or 6 blade configuration because the screw hole spacing allows for it. I'll show you the top of the motor here. It's a little bit pitted, but that's really not that big of a deal because you can't see it. Motor tag's right there. I'll put a picture of it at the end of the video. Really gorgeous fan, and it is a reversible fan, as you can see. So I'm going to turn off the light kit so you can see what it looks like without it being on. Pretty nice fan. We'll go ahead and turn it back on for the demo. These are childhood fans for me because actually when I was a kid, the apartment building that my grandmother used to live in one of the rooms was one of these, and I think that one was antique brass. It was in one of the offices in the apartment building. It might have been a real estate office or something. Didn't have a light kit, but I remember it being a 52-inch with 6 blades. It might have been antique brass, might have been polished brass, I'm not sure. But I distinctly remember that. And also, there used to be a Kentucky Fried Chicken, which actually is still there, on the corner of Columbia and Detroit Road in Westlake. Before they did a major remodel in the late 90s, I was either late 90s or early 2000s, there used to be 2 of these in the dining room. There was like a little room off to the side of the main dining room that had tables and chairs and stuff. It's called almost like a party room. And there was 2 of these in there. And I do remember them very distinctly, the Kentucky Fried Chickens having these Homestead Universals. It's a pretty powerful fan. Moves a lot of air. So let's go ahead and we will demonstrate it starting on low. It's got a pretty smooth low speed to it. You can definitely feel a little bit of air coming off of it. Put it to medium. Definitely a pretty decent amount of air coming off of medium. while these are some of the more common Homesteads that you will find, they're definitely not a low quality fan. Very good air mover. And high. It doesn't hum. It does have a slight bit of wobble to it, but that's really not that big of a deal. Pretty large amount of air coming out of this fan. I mean, this thing moves some really good air. Definitely something that I would install in my home if I had a space for it. It looks like it's moving faster than it is, but that's an optical illusion because of the 6 blades. And we'll go ahead and shut it off. Do the spin down. I'm actually really glad that I picked this up. This fan's in pretty good shape, and for the fact that it has the original owner's manual and it's 100% complete, I couldn't pass it up. I've always liked these fans. Whether or not I'll keep it in my collection is to be determined, but I'm leaning towards yes. On a side note, that is the standard short down rod that these fans come with that it's hanging on. And if I didn't mention it before, the original mounting bracket that came with this fan was actually broken in places. It was quite brittle. So I actually had a spare Homestead mounting bracket lying around, so it does have a original mounting bracket on it. It may not be the one that came with it, but this is hanging on a Homestead bracket. So really no big deal. Got a pretty good spin down time. Bearings in this fan are excellent. Kind of cool looking at spinning slow like that. I bet you if I put it on a wall control, I could get it to spin that slow. Jeez, it's going forever. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the motor in this fan is made by Firebird. But feel free to drop a comment down below to correct me if I'm wrong. And it stopped. So yeah, that's my 52-inch Homestead Universal ceiling fan from 1987. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Keep watching, more videos to come.